cemetery, and a 5th century church in the Christian town of Taipei. The Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, Theophilus III, told reporters, quote, "We call for an immediate and transparent investigation on why the Israeli police did not respond to emergency calls from the local community and why these abhorrent actions continue to go unpunished," unquote. In southern Syria, heavy fighting has once again erupted between Druze fighters and Bedouin armed groups just hours after Syrian government forces withdrew from the province of Suwaida as part of a ceasefire deal. A spokesman for Syria's interior ministry is denying reports Syrian forces are being redeployed to the region. The UN Human Rights Office reports all factions fighting in Suwaida have committed widespread rights violations, including summary executions, arbitrary killings, kidnappings, and looting. President Trump says he's directed Attorney General Pam Bondi to release grand jury testimony from federal investigations into the dead serial sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. But Trump's announcement failed to quench a revolt among his MAGA supporters who are continuing to demand the Justice Department release all files related to Epstein. On Thursday, the White House ruled out having Trump name a special prosecutor to look into the case. Meanwhile, Republicans on the House Rules Committee adopted a non-binding resolution calling for the release of files on Epstein. Separately Thursday, the Wall Street Journal reported Trump sent a lewd letter to Jeffrey Epstein in 2003, wishing him a happy 50th birthday. It concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." We'll have more on this story.
You wished him happy birthday?
After headlines, including speaking with an Jeffrey Epstein survivor. Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee voted Thursday to advance the nomination of controversial Justice Department official Emil Bovee to a lifetime appointment on a federal court. The vote came despite vocal objections from Democrats after committee chair Chuck Grassley shut off debate on Bovee's nomination. All Democrats on the panel walked out of the vote in protest. Earlier this week, over 75 former federal and state judges sent a bipartisan letter urging the Judiciary Committee to reject Bovee's nomination. Separately, more than 900 former Justice Department attorneys issued a similar plea. Bovee has been called an extreme ideologue and has allegedly directed Justice Department lawyers to ignore judicial orders that undermine Trump's agenda. This is Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
As to Emil Bovee, let me start with this nominee. Having told a room full of Department of Justice lawyers that if the federal courts didn't back off on restricting unlawful deportations, they would have to tell courts, F you.
Democrats also accused Bovee of being involved in a Justice Department decision not to release the Epstein files. Emil Bovee is the former personal attorney of Donald Trump. As the Trump administration ramps up nationwide raids and deportations, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, will be given access to the personal data of the nation's nearly 79 million Medicaid enrollees, including their home address, social security number, ethnicity, and race. The new agreement was first reported by the Associated Press, and Trump officials have not publicly announced it. Undocumented immigrants are already banned from Medicaid benefits, but federal law requires all states to offer emergency Medicaid, which offers nearly free coverage for life-saving care at hospitals regardless of a person's immigration status. This comes as a coalition of immigrant rights groups are suing the Trump administration over the arrest of potentially thousands of people at immigration courts nationwide in recent months. The class action lawsuit seeks to end ongoing collaboration between the Homeland Security and Justice Departments, which has led to ICE agents swarming courthouses across the country, ambushing immigrants during routine hearings. The group said the policy, quote, intentionally stripped people of basic due process rights in order to place them in expedited removal proceedings and deport them without hearings, the group said. A Truth Out investigation warns of intensifying police and ICE raids at massage parlors nationwide, targeting and disappearing hundreds of immigrant sex workers, including here in New York. Advocates have criticized the lack of resources supporting immigrant sex workers who've long been vulnerable to harassment and arrest by federal immigration agents, often abandoned in detention to face deportation without legal help. A human rights group in El Salvador reports at least 427 people have died in Salvadoran prisons since President Nayib Bukele imposed a state of emergency in March 2022. The following year, Bukele's government authorized mass trials with people accused of crimes systematically denied due process under the guise of combating gangs. There have been numerous reports of abuse and torture in El Salvador's prisons. In related news, the long-standing anti-corruption watchdog Cristasol says it has evacuated its staff from El Salvador amidst Bukele's crackdown on dissent. Authorities arrested prominent Cristasol lawyer Ruth Lopez in May. She remains in detention. This is Cristasol's executive director, Noah Bullock.
You know, we persisted through espionage, monitoring, legal, administrative harassment, defamation. But when it became clear that the government was prepared to persecute us criminally and that there's no possibility of defense or an impartial trial, that makes it unviable to take those risks anymore.
French troops completed their withdrawal from Senegal Thursday, the last West African country and former colony where France maintained a permanent military presence. Senegal has said it'll continue collaborating with France, in contrast with the military governments of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, which ousted French forces in recent years. The U.S. Justice Department has asked a federal judge to sentence a former Louisville, Kentucky police officer convicted of violating the civil rights of Breonna Taylor to 1 day in prison. Last year, a federal jury convicted Brett Hankison of using excessive force as he discharged several gunshots through Taylor's apartment window during a botched raid that killed Breonna Taylor inside her own home in 2020. Taylor was a black 26-year-old emergency room technician whose killing sparked nationwide racial justice protests.
Yeah, 1 day, dude. That's the most insane thing I have heard in my fucking life, man. I can't believe that.
A judge has lifted all domestic travel restrictions on Columbia University Palestinian activist Mohsen Madawi. He's reportedly the first student activist targeted by ICE to be granted such freedoms. Madawi was arrested by federal immigration agents in April and detained in Vermont for over 2 weeks. He graduated from Columbia University a month ago. And CBS has announced it's canceling the long-running Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The network called it purely a financial decision, despite the show being consistently the highest rated among its late-night competitors. Trump has previously called Colbert, who frequently skewers the president on air, a complete and total loser. The news came amidst Paramount's impending and controversial merger.
I mean, Colbert is essentially a DNC plant. Like I believe he hosted like the DNC, not the DNC itself, but like the I think it was like the White House press, whatever it is, like correspondence dinner. I think he's done that before.
With Skydance, and just 3 days after Colbert called out Paramount for agreeing to pay Donald Trump $16 million to settle Trump's lawsuit against CBS.
Like when it was the whole remember when everybody was criticizing Biden for looking really old and frail in the first debate against Trump, or when like Jon Stewart came back for the Daily Show and was immediately criticizing both Trump and Biden. Other people were refusing to do that, and Colbert would handled it with like kids' gloves. It was just very, very much the same thing.
This is 60 Minutes.
Hey, Rainbow. I see you on Instagram. Girls, we live.
Proud
Yeah.
employee of this network. I'm
Nails
offended,
and news.
and I don't know if anything will ever repair my trust in this company. But just taking a stab at it, I'd say $16 million would help.
CBS's The Late Show has been on the air since 1993, with Stephen Colbert taking the reins in 2015. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And for more of our audience-supported journalism, go to democracynow.org, where you can download our news app, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the daily podcast, and so much more.
Can this pull up properly? I guess not. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm in the chat right now. I know you're in the chat on Instagram right now. I see you. 5, 2, 7. I'm trying to use this other app that lets me see all of the chats in one thing. And I want to see if this works. Okay. So, I see you. 5, 2, 7. Uh-oh. I'm trying to use this other app that lets me see all of the chats in one thing. And I want to see if this works. Okay. So, I see you. All right. Oh, let me test it now. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. All right, we'll figure that out later. Yeah, here's the story. Hold on one second. If you have trouble with it, let me know. I know a couple multi-streamers. Yeah, I was trying to use Social Stream Ninja, and it just doesn't seem to work properly. So, but yeah, I'll look into it. We're all learning together. Yeah, you guys want to see? Like, check this out. So this is the thing. Supposed to be logged in. I'm logged in there. So YouTube, I can see that one. This is Instagram. It's auto activate, or do I need to activate myself? There's really no option to turn it on. If you do sign in, so many buttons. Yeah. Oh, and then it does a new session? Like, come on, man. Can I mute this window? Mute the window. There we go. That's what I needed to do. Okay. Let me try it one more time. Play Coldplay? Oh, yeah. Hold on. I do have the Coldplay stuff. And we're also going to learn about the Epstein Files from Internet comment etiquette. Okay, it says close this window after you're signed in. Play Coldplay? Oh yeah, hold on. See? I do have the Coldplay. No, I have to stop it. It's not working. Never mind.
Paid Donald Trump.
Yeah, here's CBS canceled Colbert show just 3 days after Colbert called out CBS parent company Paramount for its $16 million settlement with Trump, a deal that looks like bribery. America deserves to know if his show was canceled for political reasons. Watch and share his message from Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, we tried.
My parent corporation, Paramount, paid Donald Trump a $16 million settlement over his 60 Minutes lawsuit. As someone who has always been a proud employee of this network, I am offended. And I don't know if anything will ever repair my trust in this company. But just taking a stab at it, I'd say $16 million would help. This settlement is for a nuisance lawsuit Trump filed claiming that 60
they don't
Minutes
care.
deceptively edited their interview with then-candidate Kamala Harris last fall. Paramount knows they could have easily fought it because, in their own words, the lawsuit was completely without merit. And keep in mind, Paramount produced Transformers: Rise of the Beast. They know
Did not
completely
watch.
without merit. Now, unlike the payoffs from ABC and Twitter, Paramount's settlement did not include an apology. Instead, that's good. Instead, the corporation released a statement where they said, "You may take our money, but you will never take our dignity. You may, however, purchase our dignity for the low, low price of $16 million. We need the cash." Now, I believe...
I used to watch David Letterman a lot, and he would talk so much shit about CBS. But also, I think before that he was on NBC, and he talked the most shit about NBC too. I wouldn't be surprised if Colbert goes somewhere else.
What can I say? Mr. Stephen loves to dance. Now, I believe this kind of complicated financial settlement,
especially if he's leading in the late night shows,
because this all comes as Paramount's owners are trying to get the Trump administration to approve the sale of our network to a new owner, Skydance. Not the music I was expecting. Okay, that was me dancing in the sky. And some of the TV typers out there are blogging that once Skydance gets CBS, the new owner's desire to please Trump could put pressure on late-night host and frequent Trump critic Stephen Colbert.
No. Huh.
Okay. But how are they going to put pressure on Stephen Colbert if they can't find him?
I guess they found him. What, Stephen goes to Apple TV Plus? Yeah.
My parent corporation.
Wild indeed. This is this is Trump's attack on the media, as we've seen. Stephen Colbert of the Colbert Report, that old show. Where'd he go? Yeah, I know. Now he's just a DNC shill, basically. Not much to see there, honestly. This is more of Trump's attack on the media. He's already gone after ABC. This is him going after CBS, silencing critics and whatnot. It's what we've been seeing for quite some time now. I don't know. Such a petty queen. This is how we whip up the media. This is... If you noticed, was it Fox News that has, exclusives now, that they're, the ones showing you, Alligator Alcatraz, and they're the ones doing, first White House coverage? Fox News is it. If you're not Fox News, you're not getting, the breaks. It's state media. Yeah, it is. People say that all the time, right? Other countries have state-run media, so that's all propaganda. It's bro, the United States is a capitalist country with people that claim to be capitalists in charge of the country. Look over there. Yeah, look over there, not over here is really what it is, right? If it's all with capitalist eyes seeing and controlling everything, then this is going to happen. Your media that is funded and approved, funded by capitalists, approved by the government, that's run by capitalists. What is this, communist Russia? Exactly. Yeah, communist is everything I don't like about capitalism, but I don't understand what either one means. That's where we're at right now. Anyways, on to fun stuff, I guess. Here's Coldplay. How to play it off when you get caught on the big screen. That's not how you play it. Celebrate like nothing happened. Play fight. Chokehold. It's the chokehold. Oh no, she's choking. Chris Martin holds nothing back since the divorce. Yeah, you crack my back, I'll crack yours. Yeah, you know, if they would have just like celebrated like nothing happened and just like smiled or whatever, like it never would have gone anywhere, right? But it was because they acted out like they were like not supposed to be there. Yeah. So yeah, here's Coldplay keeps exposing things.
You may have seen this video of Coldplay exposing a corporate affair at one of their recent concerts, but you may be surprised to learn that this is just one of the many scandals that Coldplay has uncovered on their current world tour. Back in Rio, the band projected the faces of 5 State Farm agents who dropped coverage of families that lost their homes in the Palisade fires. 2 weeks later, during a song, they projected the locations of 5 Chinese prison camps that were previously unknown to the world.
Way to go, Coldplay!
In Las Vegas, the band displayed the entire guest list of 10 years worth of Diddy parties in a stunning 360 degrees. The UN
Damn, in 360 degrees?
As the single moral authority across the globe. In a written statement on LinkedIn, Coldplay said that they are not just musicians, but a beacon of justice in a world gone dark, which is also a lyric in their hit new song, Balloon Parade Cloud Time.
Is it a real song?
You may have seen this video of Coldplay exposing a corporate...
Coldplay's on the case, bro. Alright, what do we got? A little bit more serious stuff. Oh, here's, they're asking, pro-Trump comedian Theo Von expresses concerns and disappointments in Trump and his handling of Gaza and the Epstein Files. Let's see what he's got. Oh, I can't hear this. Oh, wait, I can't hear it because it's muted, dummy.
If you would, I know you've had, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump on your podcast before. If you were to have one of them back again, say if you were to have Donald Trump back on your podcast today, what's the first question you want to know?
What if they replace Colbert with Andrew Schultz? Who's Andrew Schultz? Andrew Schultz. Oh, that guy? I don't know much about him.
I think my things would be why we're being supportive of the genocide in Gaza.
Oh, damn!
Helping with that,
damn!
I think my things would be why we're being supportive of the genocide in Gaza. Why are
hit him right away.
Helping with that? I think it's making a lot of people feel really scared that it's hurting our feelings. Why are we supporting that?
Yeah.
And then why wouldn't we come to the rescue of the people over there?
Didn't he say he'd end it on day one? I thought he sort of ended the war on day one, and some people feel like they regret their decision, or there seems to be a few people backing away from Donald Trump right now over what you're saying, and maybe Epstein as well. What do you think?
Well, I just think that, the Epstein thing, yeah, it's I think people just don't believe that the government works for the people anymore.
And it's funny how Theo Von is becoming more woke by the day, right?
Really just
But the fact, Theo, they don't care about them, Ben Shapiro.
And maybe it never has, right? And maybe I'm just a romantic or whatever, hopeless, political romantic or human romantic. I don't know what I am, dude. I was late last night. I went to Shane Gillis had a party. He crushed it up hosting the ESPYs, dude.
Didn't he?
The best, dude.
Didn't he?
So good. Matt McCusker was there. It was awesome. But yeah, I think those are my thoughts. It's why are we being over there? When will we help to come to the rescue of the Palestinian people?
Do you feel like there's maybe a little bit of a shift, away from Trump, or at least opposing some of the things he's currently doing? Do you feel like that?
Well, it felt like it was supposed to really feel like America first, and I don't know if people are feeling that. I think people are feeling more nervous. I think there's that deal with Palantir for a surveillance state. I feel like there's people in power that know where we're headed that aren't telling us, and I think that's just my feeling. I don't know what people.
I'm surprised he knows about Palantir, honestly.
Anybody else feels,
right?
But those are my feelings, and so what am I going to do? I'm going to text my mother this morning and let her know that I love her. I'm going to think about my family. I'm going to pray for people that I can, and I'm going to try to focus on my own recovery and just just do what I can to take care of, just to show up.
I know you've had, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump on your podcast before. If you were to have one of them back again, say if you were to have Donald Trump back on your podcast today, what's the first question you want to know?
I think my things would be like why
isn't this working? Oh, it is working. Okay, good. Theo goes to Peter Thiel's dinner, I bet. Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee he's at least been invited. I'm sure they want to mold his opinion and whatnot. Because, if anybody's shown that they are malleable, I think it's Theo Von. But the genocide in Gaza has really seemed to take an effect on him. And that's, we can save it. We can save his brain. And I'll say that about a lot of people, man. I think a lot of people that we would write off, I think a lot of people can be saved. Cigar says they try to talk about how they shape the media narrative. It's absolutely true. I mean, there's always somebody trying to shape what we're exposed to, and therefore, build our opinions. It's called manufacturing consent, right?
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s.
I guess I got Mehdi on Surrounded on Jubilee.
You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking?
Hold on, run that by me again.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s. So
you don't look very.
My family are settlers from 1500, so you're not native to America, is what you just said.
Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about?
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I
am. Listen
That's
to me.
insane.
I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why? I don't want you here. My first claim
I don't want you here.
Donald Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal. Donald Trump is different.
Well, he's a felon. I love watching lefties trash conservatives. Yeah, it's kind of a kink.
Defying the Constitution. Immigrants, overall, are good for America. Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing. I'm Mehdi Hassan. I'm a journalist and the editor of Zeteo. And today I'm surrounded by 20 far-right conservatives.
That's going to be insane. When's that come out? The 20th? Okay, so Sunday. All right, I guess we'll have to watch that. I'll have to watch that on stream. Oh my God, that girl is back. That woman. Yeah, we'll definitely. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow, Saturday night, because I got to go visit my friend. So I'll be back Sunday. So that's kind of why I'm doing this stream. But yeah, in the meantime, boy, do I love consumerism.
I'm in love with consumerism. Buying things makes my heart melt. The more stuff I get, the stronger my feelings become. If I cannot spend money, it breaks my heart. I never
Yeah, I need, what's it, the Lulu baby, whatever the fuck it is. What's it called? Lulu baby? Balulu? Labubu's. Not the I have the only solid gold Labubu. No one else has one, okay? Except for me.
outfits. I never cook at home. I am constantly shopping online. Anything to fill the void in.
Oh yeah, that demon woman, the Israeli settler demon woman. Yeah, she's absolutely crazy. The solid gold Labubu.
Inside of me.
My darling Benson Boone, I would do anything for your crumble cookies. I yearn for your Dubai chocolate. My heart aches for a jet to holiday to Cupertino, where we eat moonbeam ice cream and drink matches together, while I stare into your 24-karat gold Labubu eyes. Claro playing in the background. I gently grab your AI-generated hands and whisper sweet Temu discount codes into your ear. On the
These
sales
videos
floor
are a
of this
trip.
Cupertino Pop Mart, my darling Benson Boone, you caress me gently with John Pork's phone calls, and you proceed to say,
Actually, I'm not ready for a situationship. You've hit the free plan limit for GPT-40. Continue with our basic model until limit resets in 2 hours or get ChatGPT Plus.
I'm tripping out, friends. Did you see the video of Rainbow? Did you see the video? I think we watched it on stream. Did you see the video of the guy that had a relationship with ChatGPT? like it was like his girlfriend, but it like he was also married. But ChatGPT, he had a ChatGPT girlfriend, which they just released the AI girlfriends for oh my god, we're in her. They just released the Grok AI girlfriends, the movie. Oh, the movie Her, yeah. Her, the movie, yeah. I don't think I ever saw that though. All right, getting back to like Theo Von and podcasters, the political grift is over. This is the American Redact. I have not watched their videos before. I'm interested to see what this is about.
To that point, like there'll be people that like they'll DM.
Oh wait, this guy. This is Andrew Schultz, right? Is this him? Looks like him. I heard it talking. I don't like the voice because Elon made it to Grimes. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is Andrew Schultz. All right. Confirmed. Hold on. Do I have my? Yeah. Good. Okay.
To that point, like there'll be people that like they'll DM me and be like, you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. Yeah. I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget.
My brother doesn't know how voting works and is surprised when he gets bamboozled, I guess.
He's increasing it. It's like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now
so he was good with that. He was good with the sending immigrants back.
Flopped on that, which I kind of like. But he's like, oh, well, we kind of need the people working in restaurants, and we need our farmers. It's like everything that he said that he was going to do that he campaigned
Well, he said
really
to
hard
us,
on.
which was important.
All right, so after about 5 short months of Trump being president, the podcast bros and the Rogan sphere are already backpedaling on voting for him and publicly supporting him on their podcasts to hundreds of millions of voters in America. Like as you just saw, Andrew Schultz is completely baffled by what Trump has done in office since being elected, claiming he voted for none of what Trump has been doing. Let's not forget that this is the same guy who was all giddy and excited at the thought of his podcast.
Andrew says he thought it was cool when Dems got their dong sucked in office. Now they're not cool in his eyes. Trump is having baby mamas and talking trash on Twitter is cool. What if we voted for our best interest instead? What if we actually were able to vote for our best interest instead? That would be awesome.
Swaying the election after their Trump interview.
It's not close anymore. Is that the energy y'all felt?
You're a prisoner of the moment. Yeah, you really are.
We know that about me.
Right.
We know that about me.
Before Trump came on, you're like, yeah, it could go either way. It's very close.
No, before he came on, I was like, he don't got a chance. I was like, he's coming on here. He got to be down bad. He got to be down. I mean, no, we're the best. He got to be down bad. And then after the interview, obviously we saw the reaction.
And you got 20 or 25 text messages, and you were like, this guy's winning.
Yo, listen, it wasn't the 20 to 25 text messages. You know what it was? It was the looks on the street.
So yeah, very idiotic stuff coming from the Flagrant podcast as always. But honestly, you can't blame Andrew Schultz for behaving this way, because after all, he's just following the Joe Rogan blueprint as he's done since the very beginning. Joe Rogan was the guy who made this Waluigi look-alike so successful. He's the guy who inspired Andrew to start a podcast, and he's the guy who probably set up the Donald Trump interview. So if you're gonna point fingers at this stuff, point them at the guy who they're standing in the very short 5'5" shadow of at best, Joseph 250 Rogan. Joe Rogan is also shocked.
I could look shorter in that picture. Andrew's 40.
Joe Rogan is also shocked at Donald Trump doing.
How can you be so gullible still at the age of 40?
Exactly what he said he was going to do, as he was just criticizing Donald Trump and his immigration policies in a recent podcast he did, calling these policies insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
We were
They're
told
comedians.
there would be no... Well,
good point.
There's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers. Just
did he think that when they said that they were going to deport like 3,000 people a day, that it was only going to be the people that have committed offenses? and like not even offenses in the United States, offenses in other countries, but also minor offenses like traffic violations and whatnot. I don't know how they didn't think a corporate businessman would take the lazy route. Exactly. Like, they're just looking for numbers. That's all they're doing right now. They're just looking for numbers. That's why they're going after people that aren't even immigrants. They're actually United States citizens. But I'm not surprised about that personally.
Construction workers showing up in construction sites, raiding them. Gardeners.
Yeah.
Like, really?
And so the buffoonery has gotten so bad that even Hulk Smash himself, Mark Ruffalo, had to call Joe out for this in a tweet he made the other day, saying it's a little late now to pretend like Project 2025 didn't exist all along. You're either not that smart or not that dumb. It's hard to tell at this point, which I must say is pretty on the money. I mean, there were Trump supporters waving enormous mass deportation signs at every one of Trump's rallies leading up to this election. So for Joe Rogan to act this way, especially
the Haitian protection being gone, they're going to go after the people that Trump was talking about that says that they were eating cats and dogs and everything, and they're going to be like, oh, well, they were eating the cats and dogs, so they got to take them away.
Cast is absolutely mindless. And mind you, that was likely Rogan's largest podcast of all time. So now for him and his army of unfunny goons to take no accountability is very, very dumb. And honestly pretty characteristic of the Rogan sphere.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you regret it?
A lot of people made a big deal.
We need to go back to like the 1950s when Italians weren't considered white people, I guess. Bro, I'm so high I managed to synthesize what?
I did say that I regretted it the other day. Look,
It's almost like podcasters who have zero knowledge of anything outside of locker room humor shouldn't get involved in politics, let alone invite them onto their huge platforms and have them push whatever narrative they want while giving absolutely zero pushback to anything that they have to say. And the Rogan sphere has gotten so political now that some of the comedians inside of it are speaking out about it. Like when Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee, and Yanni Papa all came to the conclusion that comedy podcasts should have never turned political on a recent episode of Bad Friends.
It makes me happy to know that this show is still as stupid as it's always
I need
been
to go back to the screen
from the beginning, because I see a lot of our podcast pals or people in our sphere that are taking these shows to a level that we don't go to.
Which is what?
Well, they're all having like politicians on.
Journalists.
Tim got fucking interviewed by like CNN.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we stay here.
Same
with hyenas.
We stay right here.
Yeah.
And I saw that they had Bernie on Schultz's show.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
He's not coming here.
Bernie?
Yeah, we had David Mamet.
Tim went on Megyn Kelly.
Yeah, but that's rad.
We got people that they can't get.
Yeah.
No, it's not that they can't get him.
Well, they can get him.
Yeah.
But we got him too.
I just don't think we want politicians on the show.
No.
It's getting a little muddled, right? It's getting a little. What's going on?
I just think podcasting, comedy podcasting is entering this world of like news or something.
Yeah.
And people are taking it serious.
Imagine comedy being relative to what's going on in real life.
And it's not.
Well, there was an article after the election about how legacy media doesn't have the, power it once had, and that podcasting is now, replacing some of that,
That's not good.
Yeah,
we shouldn't replace it. This should be its own thing.
Yeah.
This is its own form of music.
They then go on to make a fantastic point when they say that they simply don't know enough to have politicians onto their podcasts, which is very refreshing to hear these comedians admit to, since the guys that do have politicians on seem to think they're the second comings of Pythagoras or Aristotle.
What's this? Andrew Schultz podcast, bro, might be America's foremost political journalist. Oh my god. Yeah.
We also, you probably know more than me, probably, but I don't know much.
In the world?
Yeah.
I only know what I read this morning.
Yeah, so me too. So my point is that we don't know enough to have these people on. We are goofy.
Yeah.
It's a comedy podcast.
Imagine Bernie Sanders coming. He's like, it's great to be here. And Bobby's like, what does your penis look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I wouldn't say that. Why you're fucking mind? Why would I say that?
What would you say? I'm Bernie Sanders.
I go to your political. I don't know, but my point. I wouldn't say that about your dick.
You get to penis somehow.
Is your asshole gray?
See?
Okay, that'd be one of them. Yeah, you're right.
Is it though?
It brings big numbers, right? That's probably why people do. Because everyone's like talking. It didn't used to be this way. It didn't used to be everyone was into politics. Now even kids are into politics.
Yeah.
When I was like 12, I would just be like,
Bernie,
smell
how
my
low are
fingers.
your balls?
Very
They're tucked
refreshing
into
to
his
hear a
sock.
comedian in the orbit of Joe
One sock
Rogan
each.
confess that they're just comedians and not knowledgeable enough to have the types of guys on their podcasts like Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, or even worse, Theo Vaughn. And speaking of Theo Vaughn, he now might just be the biggest political puppet in the Rogan sphere, larger than, dare I say it, Papa Toe. And man, do I have a lot of stuff to say about this guy. But I'll just round it all up by saying that he is much worse than you think he is. And he's just hiding behind his stage act, which is him just improving as this curious hillbilly from Louisiana who says random things. In reality, guys, Theodor von Kurnatovsky comes from a line of deeply influential and successful Polish politicians.
What?
And some of his relatives are pretty shady individuals. Like, I'm pretty sure one of his close relatives was assassinated in Louisiana a few years ago, which everyone just assumes was staged as him unaliving himself, since he actually owed millions of dollars to people who lent him money.
The former owner of Tipitina's music club has died at the age of 68. Roland von Kurnatovsky reportedly shot himself
Theo Von
during
lore.
a hunting
What?
accident. Eyewitness investigator David Hammer recently reported on allegations he took millions of dollars from investors.
Von Kurnatovsky was primarily a real estate developer building widely praised projects like the Orpheum Theater. But in the last 2 years, Von Kurnatovsky's financial life was unraveling. He split with partner Eric George, bounced checks to performers, and was sued by investors who gave him millions of dollars for treasury bonds, only to learn the money was tied up in his real estate projects. And this year, the FBI began questioning the investors about where the money went.
And so I have a lot to say about Theo Vaughn because I think that he tries his very hardest to stay away from any criticism.
Eric George is totally a fake name.
Cringe,
Probably.
too lazy to try, comedy enforcement, or anyone in this category make a video about him is because he has the strictest copyright butts out of all of the comedians we cover. I mean, they literally ban anyone from seeing even a clip from his show in another video, which is pretty much illegal since all these videos fall under fair use. So as innocent as he paints himself, he's actually terrified of any sort of negative review. I mean, just look at the way he scurries away from Andrew Tate and the Nelk Boys after the Nelk Boys ambushed Theo with the idea of having Tate on Theo's podcast.
Very proud of this guy's lawyer.
Andrew, you gotta do Theo's podcast.
Yeah, we should talk about how you thought about it.
That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, I got enough emotional issues at the moment.
But Theo gets away with everything.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't until he doesn't.
Tell me about it.
Welcome to America, dude. I don't know how long they're letting you stay. But
Me neither. Glad to be back.
And so, as shitty as it was to ambush Theo with someone as controversial as Andrew Tate, him scurrying away is very telling of how he's so protective of his image. I'd also like to add that when he pushed that dude by his neck in a random bar in Nashville, everyone and their mothers came to Theo's defense before ever hearing the other side of the story. So I'm just going to share his side of the story with you guys right now to let you be the judge on whether this guy deserved physical violence or not.
Hey, I'm the fan who got choked out by Theo Vaughn. Let me tell you what actually happened. So I'm not just a random fan. I live in Nashville. I play music full time. That's me. All of this happened on May 2nd. You can see right there. Which also happened to be my birthday. I had my gig from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. My friends brought me cake. They brought me balloons. The bar brought me sparklers. So when Theo walked in, he didn't have any security with him. So people were walking up to him, talking to him, taking photos. I finished my show. This was like 10:18. Nobody in my party had talked to him yet, not even me. We thought it would be a funny video idea to get him and me popping my birthday balloons together because he's a comedian. I was trying to be courteous because he was talking to somebody at the moment. So in this next video, you can actually hear me say, I don't want to interrupt their conversation. I was waiting my turn to talk to him. Everybody was all just standing around having fun, having a good time. Nobody was bothering anybody. I'll show you the full video. That's the guy I was waiting for, who I didn't want to interrupt. This is where the video that you've seen starts. I went up and I said, will you pop some balloons with me? He turned away and looked like I said something offensive. I leaned in and said, hey man, I'm a fan, I'm just messing with you. He turned back around and then aggressively...
Well, we don't know exactly what he said there.
I was confused, so you can see me lean in and say, what? And that's when he grabbed my throat and...
He's kind of aggressive.
What happened was a completely
for no reason?
uncalled for reaction. Especially when you consider the facts that nobody in my party had been badgering him for hours. We hadn't even talked to him. This was a 14-second interaction, and that was it.
So, I'm not entirely sure if I support this guy or not, as his story likely has a lot of holes in it, but I really don't think that what he did called for a shove to the throat. But do let me know what you guys think of that down below. Anyways, getting back to the point of this video, Theo Von also reacted negatively to one of Trump's decisions after seeing the mass casualties in Palestine, where he then proceeded to cry about it on his podcast only a few days after being buddy-buddy with the entire family that sends Israel billions of blood money per year.
Me, I don't know if it feels to me like it's a genocide that's happening while we're alive here in front of our...
I mean, it depends on, like, at what point did he come to the realization of all of this? Was it while he was having dinner with, the guy that wants to, he's kind of like a big toddler? Yeah. I mean, that's what he was saying, right? Somebody in the comments of that video is saying it's like getting attacked by a golden retriever. He's done comedy over in the Middle East. Like, at what point did he come to the realization is what I want to know.
Here in front of our lives.
Because I mean, yeah, you can be involved and go and then somebody like texts you or messages you or calls you or tells you that, hey, did you know that like everybody that you're hanging out with supports this, and like that could be the case, but I don't know.
And I don't. Sometimes I feel like I should say something. I'm not a geologist or geographer or anything like that, so I don't know a lot of some of it I do know though. Like I know the basics of the issues over there, and I just can't believe that we're watching that and that more isn't said about it. And it's crazy because our country's also complicit in it. It's in it and has been for a long time, and it's just kind of interesting because then you just realize, oh well, I'm just I'm a member of this country, but I'm just, what we want sometimes doesn't matter, and you just have to be a member of a place, and your government is making other choices.
It's almost like it doesn't matter who we put in office. The government doesn't go with the choices that are largely popular.
And just the grief that is all going to cause. Just like, what are we doing?
And I just want to say that this was a completely human reaction by Theo here, and it's good of him to say anything in order to make a dent and move the ball in the right direction. I just think saying this and then doing a complete 180, dining with Ivanka Trump and rubbing shoulders with the people who fund Israel is pretty contradicting of him.
Yeah.
So guys, as more and more Austin assassins come out and visibly regret voting for Trump, it just makes you realize that these guys should have never involved themselves in politics in the first place. Since after all, they're just podcasters, with some considering them comedians. I mean, even my channel is now somewhat political at times, simply because I focus solely on these guys.
Yeah.
Like, I've never intended to wade into these deep political waters, but here we are, B. And I am well aware that the comment section of this video is going to be an absolute war zone. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the auto filter that YouTube places on my videos right now.
Greg Stoker said the narrative is about to change because the warmongers need Palestine to be done.
Sound off in the comments on whatever your thoughts are on this whole subject, as everyone is entitled to their own opinions.
White guys with the podcast.
Always, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, I can see that, Daphne. Definitely welcome. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. But the thing is you still have Israel and Netanyahu who cannot end the war on Gaza, because that would mean Netanyahu would basically get kicked out of office. Now, Israel itself would continue to exist as it is, as it always has. for since its inception, and just continue to do its little thing. How did they want it done though? Ceasefire or parking lot? I imagine they'll do like the ceasefire bit, but still continue to bomb people like they're doing with Lebanon, like they're doing with Syria, like they're doing with Yemen. It'll be more of the same. They'll just say that it's a ceasefire. Yeah, it's it's something on that. Where is it? Didn't BB lose his government's majority? I think they might be disbanding again, but they'll probably get it back because they've done that before too. All right. As long as we're on right-wing topics, here's the Epstein Files by Internet Common Etiquette.
Hey there, students.
Oh, I gotta turn this up.
Great news. It turns out Jeffrey Epstein did not have a client list.
Oh.
No. He wasn't blackmailing anybody, and he certainly wasn't like a Mossad agent or anything crazy like that. No, he was a lone wolf. Did it all on his own. So that's that. Case closed. And frankly, I'm sick of hearing about this. Luckily, I'm not the only one. Trump pushes back on Jeffrey Epstein questions during cabinet meeting.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Yeah, I know, right? That's annoying.
That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
Don't even bother answering it.
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
This is not the time.
At a time like this.
A question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning
she just couldn't review it.
She had just the whole file. The whole file.
To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive.
The video wasn't conclusive. Wait, what's that mean?
And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every year, every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is
what a timeline we're stuck in. I know.
And every night should have the same minute missing.
Every night has 1 minute missing. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, it turns out there's 2 minutes and 53 seconds missing.
Oh.
Well, who's counting?
And that's it on Epstein.
They're over it, I'm over it, but I guess you guys aren't over it, judging by these comments. Sounds like the people are being gaslit. Was a simple question. Not a good look. Very suspicious behavior. Elon wasn't lying about Trump being on the list. No evidence. Then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? Not a good look at all, Mr.
That's another question, right? Is why is she still in prison if there's no list and if like nothing bad happened? Not the voices.
It's not a good look at all. Coming from a supporter. I'm a Trump supporter, but this is disappointing and disgusting. Disgusting. So disappointed. Had to throw my MAGA hat away after this one. Gaslighting you've never seen before. This is good luck. I say that as a Trump fan. Complete disappointment. Just lost the midterms. Wake up, America. Trump, I've lost all faith in you. Another government in power that's full of lies. No believes any of you. Gross. You all belong in jail. All right, well, let me show you how to tell these people to move on with their lives already with good and proper comment etiquette. Oh my God, can you people just let it go? They said what they said, and it turns out the only guilty party is the dead guy. I know all you Trump supporters love a good conspiracy theory, but sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Unless, of course, you're Bill Clinton, in which case it's a sex thing. By the way, this also means Bill Clinton never went to Epstein's Island to have illegal sex that I can't describe in a YouTube comment without getting banned. You're the guys who voted to have this investigation completed, so you should be happy, because it turns out there is no global cabal of elite child-hungry predators who are still out there preying on children with no consequences for their actions. And post that. Now, I feel like I could just end the lesson right here, but it turns out there's a lot of people on the internet who need to learn some good comment etiquette when it comes to accepting the truth. And the truth is, you need to cease your investigations! Alright guys, look, you all know what this lesson's about, because everybody's talking about it. Although I wish you weren't, because it's getting a little bit old, don't you think? I mean, why is everybody talking about this? Why is Kevin Spacey talking about it? Release the Epstein Files, all of them. For those of us with nothing to fear, the truth can't come soon enough. I hate to make this about me, but the media already has. Oh, hey, what's this?
Kevin Spacey, only you can see this message. Cease your investigations immediately, or your next yacht party will wind up at the bottom of the ocean, Kevin. Also, it's not cool what you did to my little brother, Mr. Spacey. You owe him an apology.
It's working.
Keep your mouth shut and your hands to yourself, or we're going to treat you the way you treat impressionable young production assistants. We're watching you.
Oh, that's weird. I don't remember tweeting a blank video to Kevin Spacey. Anyway, moving along, there's no lack of people beating a dead pedophile to death over a client list that doesn't exist. Here's this guy mocking Trump for trying to explain that there's no client list.
You know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden we went through years of that with the Russia hoax.
Yeah, Ken, we get it. You think there's a list, you fucking nut job, and tweet. And of course you got people posting past footage of Trump. It's some kind of gotcha because, I guess he said he'd release the list. Trump says he will release the Epstein client list if elected. The Democrat elites are shaking right now.
But a lot of big people went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
This is all so stupid. It's stupid because of him.
Probably will be, by the way.
So if you're able to, you'll
the
be
king of denial.
Take a look at it.
Donald, cease your investigations.
But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
No, Donald, don't.
And this tweet is from Libs of TikTok. They obviously believe there's a list, so they're wrong, and they're kind of being a bitch about it. Ooh. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. Let me apologize to them. Sorry I called you a bitch, and you're welcome. Uh-oh, and here comes conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who seems just a little bit upset that Epstein did not have a client list.
So now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. So I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now.
You're going to do worse than throw up when we get our hands on you, Alex Jones. Yeah, cease those investigations and find a way to convince everyone the opposite thing of what you're saying here. Or else, we're going to activate the MK Ultra hormones in your Ozempic shots. Watch your back!
Huh, well that's weird. Another blank video. Why do those keep popping up? Alright, let me send this guy a little tweet. Hey buddy, sorry you didn't get the news you wanted. I absolutely understand why you would be devastated by this. But don't worry, because literally everyone in the world agrees with you on this one. And at tweet. Oh, what's this? Alex Jones just went live on Twitter.
The Democrats have set this up and manipulated this so that Trump then will say don't release it, and when they go into it, it's only what they wanted to leave in there. That's the reality. That's what happened. The opposite of what you've been saying.
Excellent work, Alex Jones.
Whiplash,
we are very pleased with the results. As a gift, your humiliation boat trip with Kevin Spacey has been delayed for 1 year.
Right, over and over and over and over again, because this is what I do. This is what my team does. It's what my guests do. It's what my sources do. You have any idea who's been on the phone with this morning? No, you don't.
Well, this story just keeps on developing, doesn't it?
Was his tweet Trump preparing to appoint special counsel? Is he okay? No, he's never okay. So that I guess that's where the question was. Was Trump going to assign a special counsel to investigate the release of the Epstein files, and then he blatantly said that he was not, right?
With this morning? No, you don't.
Well, this story just keeps on developing, doesn't it? I mean, I swear, every time I think I've got the latest information, something else pops up. Tell you what, let's give it 2 minutes and 44 seconds to see if things level off, and that way I can speak a little more confidently about what's going on. And speaking of 2 minutes and 44 seconds, that's the exact length of today's sponsor video. Let's check it out.
2 minutes, 44 seconds.
All right,
so
GPS
10:44.
to this thing that I don't care about. And the latest breaking news is Ghislaine Maxwell is talking about striking a deal. Yeah, that's the latest breaking news. Let's check this out. And it's 2 days old. What the fuck? Why is it so hard to follow this news story that implicates all of the world's elite in a child sex ring? I don't get it. What is the news right now, then? What's happening right now? Mike Johnson breaks with President Trump, calling for the full release of the Epstein Files.
The White House and the White House team are privy to facts that I don't know. I mean, this isn't my lane. I haven't been involved in that. But I agree with the sentiment that we need to put it out there. And
you need to put it out there.
So if there are files, then I do care. You got to release those fucking files. You know what I mean? Listen up. The boss asked everyone to cut the shit with Epstein, so cut the shit. Is it going to change any of our lives whatsoever if you find out some celebrity or politician fucked a 16-year-old on Lolita Island? It's not, so shut the fuck up and stop whining already. Wow, the files, shut up. You're not getting them, so get over it. Oh, alright. Sir, please don't call me that. And also...
No, you're wrong, Dave Smith. There is a client list. You yourself said that politicians would be on that list. Do the implications of that not concern you, Dave Smith? Pedophile politicians? Does that not concern you? Resume your investigations immediately, or we will activate Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson and send them after you with knives.
And tweet. And he's suspended. Okay, well, that's a happy ending to that story.
Wow.
Let's hope that this whole Epstein Files story has a happy ending
nice
too,
to see you
because
here.
now we know there are files. The Republicans, they went out, they found the files, they've got them now, and they're going to go ahead and release it for all of us to see.
Yeah,
Finally
scary
going to get an ending to this story. House Republicans block release of Epstein Files.
Wow. But they said they weren't. Mike Johnson said he wanted to see them. Why would they block them? That doesn't make any sense.
Block release of Epstein Files.
They can't lie. That's illegal.
In breaking news, the Republican-controlled House Rules Committee has just voted to block the release of the Epstein Files.
Oh man, this is moving so fast. Like I keep having to add things.
Rainbow.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
It's a dance party with
Dance
Beyonce.
party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
To how I feel
forgot about
about
that.
it, but
Yeah.
without ever admitting I'm wrong. This sucks. And now I'm agreeing with a bunch of MSNBC hippies. Please keep fighting for it. Keep protecting the predators. The people remember this. I thought they just said the Epstein file didn't exist. Just release it. Release the client list.
Thomas is a tank engine who lives at a big station on the island of Sodor. He could eat a whole bowl of alphabet soup and then vomit up the vowels and consonants separately.
American students get
He
to
could speak
experience
7
the metric
languages,
system
but unfortunately...
firsthand with a 9mm.
Sorry, that's a new alert, by the way. Hold on. If you didn't get to see what that was, let me see if I could run that one back. Thank you, Daphne, for gifting subs. Yeah, the woo-woo train alert seems to cause issues, actually. Where is that one? Hold on. Subscriptions. And then... No, not Trump's Iron Dome. Oh, it's this one. Hold on.
You might think that Americans never ever use the metric system, but that is not the case. In fact, American students get to experience the metric system firsthand with a 9mm.
Moving on.
Leak it all, Griselle. No, you guys aren't supposed to be stoked for the client list. You're all on it. I can't wait to see how this winds up being another 4D chess move to make you guys look stupid. I'll tell you what I hope happens is that there was a list, but they destroyed it, and now they're writing a new list with all your favorite Hollywood actors and musicians on it, so you have to listen to fucking country music all day long. And the movies don't even change that much. They just get more racist. In conclusion, fuck you, and there might be a list, and it would be okay if we never saw it, because I don't care. And post. Okay, so if I'm up to date, the files are real, they're not a hoax, and Trump might release them. So that's good. Oh, shit. What is this?
The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt. Again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at.
Call them stupid. Call your supporters stupid!
Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker.
So prove it was a hoax instead of bashing your past supporters, because that isn't helping your midterm chances. Why was Epstein in prison then? What about Ghislaine? For a hoax? I don't think so. This is the hill we all die on.
Horrible messaging. Blink twice if you're in danger, Mr. President.
People you nominated for your own administration talked about Epstein for years. Now you're saying it never was without giving us the proof, and you don't want the support of your full base simply because they don't believe what you do?
Let these weak...
Did you see his icon? Is a chihuahua wearing the MAGA hat?
Base simply because they don't believe what you do?
Let these weak...
Is that dude trying to be like cat turd, rat dog?
Weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success.
Call them stupid with your mouth, dollar, or else we're going to take away your robot immigrant wife.
Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people. Yeah, go ahead.
Excellent work, Mr. Trump. You have pleased us.
Because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again.
Oh, we living in the Twilight Zone. All right. Well, first of all, Goatsy. And second of all, I gotta cut this episode off right here. Like this, I can't keep following this story when it changes every 5 seconds.
Right.
You know, by the time I upload this video, it's gonna be wildly different. This will all be like days old. So, I'm exhausted. I'm never gonna chase a breaking story again. What I am going to do, I'm going to call in Future Eric, and he's going to tell us how this whole thing ends. Future Eric? What is it you desire to know, past Eric? So Future Eric, this whole Epstein client list thing, how does that all wrap up?
Yes, there was a list.
No way. Who was on it?
Hillary Clinton.
Anyone else?
Nope. Just Hillary Clinton.
Oh. Why just her?
Turns out she was the true mastermind behind the operation, and Epstein was innocent.
Oh. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm in the past, and Epstein seems pretty guilty right now.
Yeah, he seems pretty guilty.
In the files they released, it's very clear that he was framed by Hillary for everything. All right. So how far in the future are you?
6 weeks.
Ah, shit.
Is there anything else?
Nah, I guess not. See you, Future Eric. Thanks for clearing that up.
Very well. Till we meet again.
All right, well, thank God that's over with, and I can finally get back to my video games. Hey, do you guys think they're lying about the Epstein client list?
I guess.
And team kill.
I guess.
What the fuck did you kill me?
Cease your investigations, bro.
Flew too close to the sun, man.
Hey there, folks. TheNeonGrizzly.com.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. Damn. Cease your investigations. Superman's woke or something. Let me find out.
They killed Netanyahu in the new Superman movie, at least. That's how some people interpret
it. They did what? Oh man, got my hopes up.
They killed Netanyahu in the new Superman movie, at least. That's how some people interpreted it. Today's video is a bit different. I'm just gonna tell you what I watched last night, and you will tell me what you think it's about. It opens with a backstory about Buravia, the biggest US ally attempting to launch a full-scale invasion of Jaharpur, a defenseless, besieged neighboring country, up until Superman stepped in. He wrecks their tanks and planes, saves civilians, no deaths, no critical injuries, and for that, the US Secretary of Defense wants to look into him. Turns out, Buravia wanted to swap Jaharpur's government with their own puppet regime after almost committing a massacre. The Buravian president throws a tantrum on camera, threatens the US, and says their 30-year Iron Alliance has been solid until Superman showed up. Here's some more stuff. Buravia bought $80 billion worth of weapons from Lex Luthor, who, in turn, has been lobbying the US Department of Defense to employ his weapons because, profit. But, plot twist, they only paid $1.6 billion, so not profit? Lex basically gave them the arsenal for free because, surprise, he wants to colonize half of Jarhanpur for its oil and build his own tech utopia on top of its ruins. Lex runs everything. This info campaign's a literal monkey army posting anti-Superman tweets and monitoring people. And a side hustle funding the Justice Gang via his dark tech fund.
People have said like, oh yeah, well, you know, if you think that they're talking about Israel, well, that just means that you're guilty. This is like, I haven't seen the movie. So this, like, if they're doing like all this like online activity and all that stuff, it is literally the IDF. It's literally exactly what the IDF does.
Even made Ultraman, a Superman copy with his actual DNA, except this one fights for Boravia. But here's the thing, Jarhanpur's population kept on resisting against Boravia even when they didn't have the means to. Meanwhile, whenever the movie showed scenes of the Boravian army, their guns were always aimed at defenseless civilians. Totally just a superhero movie, totally fiction, definitely not inspired by a true story. But what's funny, even when the director, James Gunn, stated that it wasn't based on real-life events, Zionists online rushed to say that Boravia, the big bad guy, is Israel. So do they agree that they're evil? Well, if the shoe fits Cinderella, I can't believe that Zionists and anti-Zionists agreed on one thing, and it's then drawn conclusions that the oppressors in the movie are Israelis. You tell me, if it walks, acts, and talks like Israel, is it Israel?
Hey, like she said, if the shoe fits, right? Americans 2 seconds after the new Superman movie exists.
In the text of the film, they literally say Superman is an alien. What do you watch? Lex Luthor is non-binary now. It's not explicitly stated, but I can just tell.
Oh, it's a political commentator's review of the new Superman movie. I'm relying on him to come through every frame of the movie to make sure it validates.
Hold on, let me start this over again.
In the text of the film, they literally say Superman is an alien. What do you watch? Lex Luthor is non-binary now. It's not explicitly stated, but I can just tell.
Oh, it's a political commentator's review of the new Superman movie. I'm relying on him to come through every frame of the movie to make sure it validates my political views.
Is he a movie critic?
Because God forbid, imagine I sit down in the theater after paying $300 for a single ticket.
That's not...
And lo and behold, Superman the person turns directly into the camera and says something woke.
So you're anti-woke.
Something woke.
He could say something fascist. I wouldn't like that.
Sorry, are we talking about the same? We're talking about Superman, right?
I need my innocent boyish eyes to be shielded from any message that might contradict my views.
In Superman, like what message? Like be nice to people?
Well, it does sound kind of woke.
I don't get why you're so bothered.
I'm not strong enough. Look at my innocent boyish features. If Superman does something woke, if Hollywood beams woke particles off the projector and onto the screen that bounce into my eyeballs, I might become woke. I might submit.
You want to see Superman?
Yeah.
Then go watch it. It's just a movie.
Fine. But if looking at Superman's gorgeous face makes me gay,
what?
I mean woke,
I'm blaming you.
That's fine.
I had a feeling that's what this was about. Yeah. The straight dudes always falling for the gay trap. They get us every time. That corn be sweating. Yeah. But yeah, I would say if you want to watch the movie, you don't have to tell anybody. You can. There's a point that's been made that, before when it was Gal Gadot that was, doing the Superman movies, we had a major problem with Warner Brothers. And now that James Gunn is making essentially anti-Israel Superman movie, we're okay with Warner Brothers. So, I'll wrap that up with just saying, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. So, what can you do? It's on the nose, yeah. There truly is no ethical consumption under capitalism because the movie's already been made. People are going to see it. People are going to give it their dollars. If you want to see it, hey, that's on you. The only good thing about Gal's Wonder Woman was that the No Man Land scene and her theme. I don't remember the No Man Land scene. I always found her as Wonder Woman fitting. Because I was like, where's her accent from? I can't tell where she's from. Usually I'd be pretty good at deciphering somebody's accent and identifying them. Because I used to talk to people on the phones all day, every day for 10 years. And her accent, I just couldn't pin it down. It just sounded so foreign and from like some made-up land that didn't exist or never existed really, and it turned out she was Israeli, and then that fits actually. Yeah, very fitting. I had no idea who she was until my buddy said she saw. Oh yeah, she was in Fast and the Furious. Yeah. I remember her. That's the first time I saw her, and they were like Gal Gadot, and I was like, I don't know who that is. Anyways, Trump's dying. President Trump would not.
A lot of discussion about.
Oh wait, no, this is the Epstein thing. Sorry, still on Epstein.
There's been a lot of discussion about the Epstein Files and the president's comments yesterday calling it a hoax. Can you clarify which part of the Epstein hoax is the hoax part?
Which part of the Epstein hoax is the hoax?
Referring to the fact that Democrats have now seized on this as if they ever wanted transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, which is an asinine suggestion for any Democrat to make. The Democrats had control of this building, the White House, for 4 years, and they didn't do a dang thing when it came to transparency.
Someone let the account on Threads know the days are numbered.
In regards to Jeffrey Epstein and his heinous crimes. It was this president who directed the Department of Justice and the Attorney General to do an exhaustive review of all files related to Jeffrey Epstein, which they did. The Attorney General and the FBI, led by Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, these are great patriots, some of the most trusted voices in the Republican Party movement.
I'm just going to say, this is the oldest 26-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Part of the reason the president appointed them to these high law enforcement positions, and they spent many months going through all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein, and they concluded what they found in that memo, which they drafted
and the most boring,
released. And so the president has been transparent. He has followed through on his promises to the American people, but he doesn't like to see Democrats and the mainstream media covering this like it's the biggest story that the American people care about. The president has been working so hard this week. On Tuesday, he went to Pennsylvania, where he secured $90 billion in investments for the Commonwealth, for the people of that state. After that, he came back to the Oval Office at 8 p.m. He went in there to whip votes to get the Genius Act signed into law. And because of his efforts,
she's not a good communicator. Yeah, I miss KJP too. Yeah.
The following day, yesterday, he meets with a foreign leader, the King of Bahrain, to secure more investments into this country. And then yesterday afternoon, the president is in the East Room of the White House mourning with parents who have lost their children because of fentanyl, signing a bipartisan piece of legislation. And not a single cable network in this country took that event live and covered that event like they should. Those are the issues the president cares about. What could be more important to the American people than helping families who have lost their children? Those are the issues this president is going to remain focused on.
I understand he wants to move on from the story, but you do have some prominent figures, including the Senate Majority Leader, the House Speaker, voicing support for the files to come out. Representative Massey collecting signatures that would force a discharge petition for a vote on the floor for this. It doesn't seem to be going away. What is stopping the administration from just redacting any sensitive information, grand jury information, and putting out what is appropriate so that the American people
why don't
can
they just
decide
put
and
something
then
out?
Let this story die.
Well, in terms of redactions or grand jury seals, those are questions for the Department of Justice. Those are also questions for the judges who have that information under a seal, and that would have to be requested, and a judge would have to approve it. That's out of the president's control. He has said, in agreement with some of the leaders on Capitol Hill, that if the Attorney General and the Department of Justice come across any other credible evidence, they should provide that to the American people. The president has said that, and he agrees with them on that.
Why did he hire Maureen Comey?
The Department of Justice did, and I would defer you to them.
The president said that he floated the idea of a special prosecutor in the Epstein case. Can you confirm that? And has he asked the Attorney General to do this, to appoint a special prosecutor to look it over?
Well, the idea was floated from someone in the media to the president. The president would not recommend a special prosecutor in the Epstein case. That's how he feels. And as for his discussions with the Attorney General, I'm not sure.
Her messaging's all over the place. Yeah, exactly. All right. Trump has vascular testing because of leg swelling.
On another note,
Trump is dying.
know that many in the media have been speculating about bruising.
She doesn't know the difference between refer and defer. Yeah.
President's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So, in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share.
It's because he's becoming the Hulk. Okay, guys. He's turning into the Hulk, kind of like that the president in that one movie where the Hulk was red. Not a lot of people watched that movie.
A note from his physician with all of you today.
Or he's dying, one of the two.
In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive...
Trump has cankles having a body positivity. He's just fat, guys, but he's also the healthiest president ever.
...examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70. Importantly, there was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. Laboratory testing included a complete blood count, comprehensive metabolic panel, coagulation profile, D-dimer, B-type natriuretic peptide, and cardiac biomarkers. All results were within normal limits. An echocardiogram was also performed and confirmed normal cardiac structure and function.
Oh, man.
No signs of heart failure,
Man, my dogs are
renal
barking.
impairment, or systemic illness were identified. Additionally,
All right, I
recent
gotta run,
photos
guys.
of the president
I'll probably come back Sunday night, and we'll watch the Mehdi Hassan on Jubilee. So, sorry, guys, I gotta go. Gotta go take care of the dogs.